16th century England, Henry VIII is desperate to find a wife so that he can finally have the son and heir that he so desperately needs. Enter Catherine Howard, a young lady who has everything that the king could want in a bride. However, on their wedding night, tragedy strikes. What happens next shocks the entire kingdom. It's me. And today we are discussing Catherine Howard, a Tudor monarch who lost her groom on their wedding night. This is the story of Catherine Howard and the mysterious death of her new husband. The year before, 1539, Henry had been married to Anne of Cleves, but soon after their marriage, the king had decided that he wanted a divorce, not because he didn't like Anne, but because he simply wasn't attracted to her. He had fallen for one of her ladies-in-waiting, the young and beautiful Catherine Howard. In fact, when Henry saw Catherine, he was immediately smitten. He praised her beauty and called her the most beautiful creature in the world. The two began having an affair while Henry was still married to Anne, and after their secret tryst, Catherine became pregnant. Now, Henry's advisors weren't exactly thrilled with this situation. They begged him to wait until his divorce from Anne went through before beginning a relationship with Catherine. But the king was head over heels in love, and couldn't wait. As the pregnancy progressed, the rumors of Catherine's infidelity reached Anne's ears. She knew she wasn't the favored wife anymore, so to get back at Henry, she made up her own rumors about him. She told people that the king was impotent, that during their intimate moments together, he would only last a few seconds. She also accused him of being unable to properly consummate the marriage. Of course, these rumors were false, but they spread like wildfire across the kingdom. The longer the rumors circulated, the angrier Henry became. It got to the point that Anne was too afraid to even leave her rooms, knowing that the king would come for her and make her pay for what she said about him. Eventually, the accusations got back to Henry and it was done. The once beloved Anne was now out of the picture. Henry and Catherine's relationship was nothing short of passionate. Their romance was the talk of the town. And once Catherine gave birth to a healthy baby girl, there was no doubt in anyone's mind that Henry had made the right choice. Soon, the couple began planning their wedding. The whole kingdom rejoiced. Finally, the king would take a new bride. But some believed that the hasty wedding was all for show. They thought that Henry did it to cover up the affair he was having with Catherine. After all, how could a respectable woman be carrying the king's child? It didn't matter what people thought though, because Henry loved Catherine and couldn't imagine spending the rest of his life without her. For Catherine, things weren't so simple. She had left behind a comfortable life at her family estate to be with the king. In her old life, she was just another noblewoman trying to find a good marriage so that she could advance her social standing. She had little political power and even less wealth. But with Henry, she knew that her life would change. She would become queen and would have access to all the luxuries that came along with it. Still, she hesitated. She had heard the rumors of Henry's past and how he had treated his former wives. Catherine had also seen firsthand how fast his affection could turn into disgust. Even though she loved the king, she knew that she had to be careful if she wanted to stay in his good graces. On July 28, 1540, Henry and Catherine were wed. The ceremony took place at the palace in Whitehall, London. During the reception, the king was in high spirits. Maybe it was because he had just married the woman of his dreams, or maybe it was because he had successfully gotten rid of his ex-wife, Anne. Whatever the reason, he partied hard that night and drank more than usual. Soon he was completely drunk and stumbled upon his new bride, who was in her chambers resting for their wedding night. We don't know exactly what happened next, but we do know that the king didn't sleep in his bed that night. Instead, he spent the entire evening with Catherine, completely ignoring the fact that he was supposed to be resting. As the sun rose, the king finally stumbled back to his room, exhausted and hungover. Little did he know that this would be the last time he would ever see Catherine alive. When the king woke up, he was shocked to realize that Catherine wasn't by his side. He assumed that she had gone to get ready for the day and figure out what her new life as queen would look like. But hours passed and she still hadn't come back. At first, the king tried to brush it off, thinking that she was just busy with her ladies-in-waiting. But when the whole day went by without seeing her, he began to panic. Why wasn't she in her chambers? Was she avoiding him? Hadn't she slept with him the night before? Henry was desperate for answers, so he sent his advisor Stephen Gardiner to check on her. Stephen entered Catherine's chambers and found her lying in her bed, fully clothed. At first he thought that she was sleeping, but then he realized that she wasn't breathing. He ran to the king and told him that his wife was dead. Of course, Henry was shocked. How could this be? The night before, they had been sharing intimate moments together. Catherine had been his bride, and now she was lying dead in her bed. What could have killed her? Stephen explained that Catherine had most likely died from a sickness, and since doctors weren't around at the time, there was nothing they could do about it. While Stephen was talking to the king, Catherine's ladies-in-waiting were working frantically to hide the evidence. They knew that their queen's body wouldn't be pretty to look at, and that it would cause even more panic if word got out that the new queen had died a horrible death. The ladies took care of Catherine's body and prepared it for burial. They didn't tell anyone about the true state of her remains. Instead, they claimed that she had died from sickness and that her body would be put on display so that everyone could pay their respects. While Catherine's ladies-in-waiting were able to keep her body hidden away, they couldn't keep the smell away. Soon, the whole palace reeked of a rotting corpse. Everyone was horrified, but nobody knew what to do. The king was in a panic, trying to figure out who was responsible for letting such a horrible stench permeate throughout his palace. That's when Stephen Gardiner told him the truth. The queen was dead, and her body was stinking up the place. Henry rushed to Catherine's chambers to see her for one last time. But when he opened the door, he was met with a sight that he would never forget. There in front of him was the woman he had fallen in love with, dead and rotting. The king was heartbroken. He had lost his bride on their wedding night, and he didn't even get to spend one single day with her. He immediately ordered that she be buried in the chapel at Whitehall Palace, and he kept the news of her death a secret. He didn't want anyone else to know that his bride had died such a horrible death. For the next few weeks, Henry threw himself into his work, trying to distract himself from the pain of losing Catherine. He worked on a new law that would allow him to marry again. Because even though Catherine was dead, he still wanted to be with a young, beautiful woman. And so, just months after burying his first wife, Henry married Catherine Parr. Everyone was shocked, but no one dared speak out against the king. After all, he had just lost his bride on their wedding night, and no one wanted to be the one to tell him no. What do you think really happened to Catherine? Was it really just a case of bad luck, or was there foul play involved? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have UNT already so that you can join our growing history family. And I'll see you next time.